Hello, happy Friday. Welcome to TV Guide Live. I'm Mickey O'Connor, and with me today I have my colleagues Joyce Eng and Liam Matthews. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Great.
Thanks for being here. Today we're going to talk about the last night of the Republican National Convention, Big Brother's Big Ouster, give you all the latest Marvel news from Comic-Con, and then we're going to give you our recommendations for which shows we think you should stream this weekend. In the meantime, though, if you have any questions for us, please send them now to @TVGuide on Twitter with the hashtag TVGLive or on Facebook in the comments below, and we'll answer them at the end of the show. All right, let's get to it. So, guys, last night was the season finale of the Republican National Convention. As you said, an extended episode,
Yes,
right?
very extended.
It was a long time. The first speech I want to talk about is this guy, Peter Thiel. Now, you guys know who he is, right? He's this, tech billionaire. He co-founded PayPal.
He was part of the Gawker
Yeah, he's the
lawsuit.
And
man
he's
who
the guy who
brought them.
funded Hulk Hogan's lawsuit against Gawker. Mostly in retaliation for the fact that Gawker possibly outed him. So it was interesting last night to see him. He was the first gay speaker at the Republican National Convention since 2000, when Representative Jim Colby of Arizona spoke, although he did not speak about his sexuality. So what did you guys think about his speech? He was really kind of like the big takeaway quote is that he said, "I'm proud to be a Republican, but most of all, I'm proud to be." He said, "I'm proud to be gay. I'm proud to be a Republican, but most of all, I'm proud to be an American." And he actually said a lot about how he thinks that all these bathroom laws about transgender people are like a waste of time, and basically said it distracts us from the real issues. It was
Which
kind
is
of
what, like building a sea colony? That's his thing.
right, exactly. Like he's
And
focused
also,
on
that still doesn't disavow, the party's stance against
right. Like the
LGBTQ
platform
laws.
is like
Yeah.
severely
and, Mike
negative.
Pence's,
Yeah.
stance on him. So.
Right, like he's one of the originators of these
Yeah,
laws.
it's like all the headlines today are just dominated, like, oh my God, he made history, like he came out.
Right,
yeah.
right.
But you're missing the big issue there.
Right, like I think the thing is that he said, I don't care about those issues.
Yeah.
Like it distracts from the real issues. But like the thing is that he was delivering this speech to a crowd that clearly did care about these issues. And so it was a little interesting. It was sort of history making, but it was also, perhaps cosmetic, which was a theme of the night. Let's move on and talk about Ivanka Trump's speech, because I thought that her speech was really interesting in that you guys know that old iconic picture of a bunch of construction workers with their hard hats on, they're eating lunch on top of a
the
girder.
beam, yeah.
To hear the Trump kids, you'd think that's what their childhood is like, right? They're
Yeah.
always on
Except for Tiffany, she's the forgotten one.
that's true,
Poor
but
Tiffany.
she probably had a very different life though, I
Yes.
think that. But anyhow, it's they're always talking about being on the job site and
Yeah.
meeting all the people and putting up drywall and mixing concrete and whatever. But in addition to that sort of narrative that Ivanka continued, she also talked a lot about women. And I found it really interesting because both Ivanka and Donald Trump sort of had these little, I guess you'd call them progressive sort of drop-ins to their speeches, because Ivanka spoke a lot about women in the working mothers, pay equity. What did you guys think of all that? Were you as cynical as I was about it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
It's just for show, they knew they had to curtail some of the blowback,
Yeah.
they've gotten. So, and it's even I know we'll get to Trump's speech
Yeah,
soon,
yeah.
but it's the same thing. It's
We're going to
just,
talk about it for an hour and 15 minutes because that's how long it lasted.
yeah, it's no specifics. He mentioned LGBTQ for the first time, and he had
was
so
weird
much
the way-
trouble getting the letters out
It
of
was
his
weird
mouth.
the way he said it, right? He
Because
said
he's never said those
LG,
letters before.
BTQ.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was really shouty, and I thought it was, his speech was, sort of pandering in a way, but it was also really fear-mongering and really all these things that have happened.
yeah,
that
it was
are
apocalyptic.
Yeah, Obama's fault and Hillary Clinton's fault, and I'm going to change everything and I'm going to do everything right. I mean, I think the biggest conclusion that I got out of the Republican National Convention is that if it were based solely on the performances of the convention, I would elect any one of his children before I would him, because I thought that they all kind of did well considering what they were
I love
supposed
the
to
shot
do.
of his youngest, Barron,
Yeah.
with his face palming.
Right, he did
yeah.
not want to be there.
Yeah.
He was too young. Give the kid a break. So next week we have the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia. I looked at a list of the potential speakers, and I was really surprised that virtually
Chloe Grace Moretz and
Really?
Reverend Messing, yeah.
Who?
But
Yeah.
but very few celebrities. I think that there's a lot of high wattage people who are going to be speaking. Bill Clinton's going to be speaking. Obama's going to be speaking. Bernie Sanders is going to be speaking. But
Maybe there'll be surprises.
yeah, I mean, I guess so. But it's like we always joke about how Democrats have the better celebs. But all right, I guess we'll see what happens. All right, Joyce, let's talk about Big Brother.
Okay.
All right, so Tiffany
Yeah, she
was evicted, as you predicted.
Yes.
So what does this mean? What's the deal?
Well, tonight we have a very special episode, the Battle Back,
Right.
in which she and the other 4 previous evicted house guests will compete to
Right.
come back to the game.
And it's going to be Jose, right?
You want it to be Jose. I want it to be Tiffany even more so after last night because they play like the goodbye messages from the other house guests for
Yeah.
every evictee. And Davon's was just so tacky and petty. Like she did like a sing-along, like sing-songy thing at the end saying like, I beat you. And it's like, why? Like no reason to. And like she is smart as hell. Like she knows like there's a chance like someone will come back to the game. Like,
Right.
it could be Tiffany. So
Right. So who do you think it's going to be?
I think like it could be Victor because like he's really good at comps.
Yeah.
And he's
But don't you think because Jose is crazy that the producers are somehow going to manipulate it to get
well,
him back
also
in?
they might manipulate it to have Tiffany come back because that'll be even like more drama.
Because that guy-
like Jose is good for quotes.
Yeah.
Like he's completely ridiculous, and they showed a segment last night of what he's been up to since being evicted. I don't know who he's playing volleyball with, but they just show him spiking the hell out of a ball for like 20 seconds.
Right.
And then, like, at the end, he was saying, I'm going to be back. I'll be there everywhere. I'll be behind a stone. I'll be behind a tree.
I saw that video. That was a weird video.
Yeah, like, I just want to check in with him just for the quotes.
He needs a writer.
Yeah.
It's like if
I
he's
don't
going to
need,
give
I don't need
speeches
him
like
to come
that.
back as a player, but, like, I wouldn't mind, like, seeing, what he's up to every week.
Right.
Like if you did like color commentary.
Yeah,
So do you have any predictions yet about who's going to win? I know I asked you that yesterday, and you said it was
like
too
the whole
soon.
game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think right now, like,
Make a bold prediction right now.
I think, like, actually Frank is playing the best game because he adapted really well after last week when everyone turned on him and tried to blindside him by saving Tiffany.
Yeah.
And he was just, like, everyone else would have just, like, blown up and, like, they wouldn't be able to get over it. But he was just like, okay, I see how it is. Like, and he started to work with Tiffany and he
Yeah.
tried to save her this week. So he can, like, move on from things, like, pretty
He's
quickly.
in a good position. All right. Just a reminder, if you guys have any questions, you can tweet them to us at TV Guide with the hashtag TVG Live, or you can post them in the comments below on Facebook. Let's talk about Comic-Con. Obviously, there's a lot going on in San Diego right now. Tons of announcements, trailers left and right. But we're going to focus on one thing, which is basically sort of Marvel's big announcements at Comic-Con. And it's not even more specific than that. It's kind of the Netflix Marvel of it all, right? So, Joyce, tell us about what they announced.
Well, they confirmed that Daredevil is returning for season 3, which everyone basically assumed, but they released like a little 20-second teaser of just like the Subway Hell's Kitchen platform.
So you're happy about that because you feel like that this season was disappointing and you want to see them
I'm
redeem
very
it.
cautious going into season 3 because I was very excited about season 2 because I loved season 1, but I thought season 2 was just too busy and very messy. Like they had 2 new showrunners at the helm, and it just seemed like they were just throwing a bunch of random storylines in there and not going through with everything. There's actually I set this when the season came out in March, but the Punisher, which was on who was on season 2, who was great, John Bernthal, who's getting his Punisher spinoff.
Right.
Like he told Matt Murdock, Daredevil, that he's a half measure, and I kind of feel like that's what the season was. Like they were just half-assing stuff for a bunch of storylines, like with Black Sky. They still haven't completely explained what that is, and the hand and all these immortal ninjas.
But you're glad that they're going to be able to.
Yeah, hopefully they could maybe course correct and focus on some specific plots. And there were just way too many plots last season, and not enough Foggy. I need more Foggy.
Will you explain to the audience why you like Foggy?
It's not just why. Okay.
He appeared in.
He played Eldon Henson, who plays Foggy. Was also Fulton Reed in the Mighty Ducks trilogy, which is my favorite trilogy of all time.
With which Joyce has a weird.
It's not weird.
Love for a deep, abiding love for.
I can promise you, I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I know it's true.
That's true.
All right, so in addition to Daredevil, we have in this sort of realm of Marvel, we also have Jessica Jones, and we have Luke Cage. So talk about Luke Cage for us.
Yeah, so Luke Cage, we saw the first teaser trailer. Luke Cage premieres September 30th, just the day after my birthday.
Oh, nice.
It's a birthday present.
Yeah, it'll be good because I'm excited about it. After watching the teaser, I was like, man, this is really cool.
It was great.
It's really good. Yeah, so Luke Cage, he has impenetrable skin
Right.
and super strength.
Which we saw in the trailer.
Yeah, so he's getting all shot up and just keeps going.
Waste of a perfectly good hoodie.
But
My favorite part about this trailer is the song that they use.
yeah, Shimmy Shimmy Ya by Old Dirty Bastard.
Yeah.
That's
great.
why it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the showrunner said that this is the Wu-Tangification of the Marvel universe, which I don't know exactly what that means.
Right?
Like maybe there's going to be
Like most things that the Wu-Tang Clan did, they were a little bit
kind of impenetrable.
Yeah, hard
if
to
anything,
understand.
Iron Fist would be more Wu-Tangy. But no, but he also said the world is ready for a bulletproof black man, which was a quote from the panel, which
Yep.
I thought was a really cool
Yep.
way to put it.
topical.
Topical. I'm excited for this show.
All right, and so then we're going to move on to Iron Fist, who's another character.
It's
in
the
this
fourth
sort of-
and final of the
Right.
third
Right.
series.
So this was like a really short teaser, but basically introducing the character of Danny Rand and
He
AKA
looks like
Iron
Dexter,
Yeah,
lumberjack Dexter.
And so then they gave us a teaser of the Defenders, which is basically all four of them together, like the team up of all four of them. Now that was like, gave us no information at all.
It was just like the title card.
But it did
and
have a
it's
very
coming
cool,
in,
a very
in
cool
2017.
Yeah.
version of
Nirvana.
Come As You
Yeah.
Are by Nirvana. So it'll be interesting to see, like, this is like a whole new world of, superheroes,
Yeah,
like
sort
on
of like
TV.
a mini Avengers.
Exactly. TV Avengers. All right, so let's move on. It's Friday. It's the weekend. It's 150 degrees out in New York. I don't know how it is where you are, but all I want to do is stay inside in air conditioning this weekend. And so we are going to make some streaming recommendations for you. I'll go first. I mentioned this before on the show. I really love the show BoJack Horseman. It's an animated show about a horse who was a TV star in the 80s, 90s, and about his sort of attempts to become relevant again. The third season premieres today, and I just started watching it. The only thing I can tell you is that if you're a fan of the show already, you're going to be really surprised. There's one episode that takes place entirely underwater. It's very
With seahorses.
cool. It has seahorses. One of our colleagues, Alex, described it as Lost in translation, but with
Seahorses.
yeah. But like basically, there's no dialogue. He wears like a like a diver's helmet for the entire time because he has to breathe while he's underwater. And it's like this whole other world underwater, like this fish world. I think it's called Ocean City or Pacific Ocean City or something like that. It's fascinating. And the show itself is so great. It's so funny. It's a great meditation on nostalgia and depression and fame and Hollywood. It's really great. So that's my recommendation. Joyce, what do you got for us?
Well, so basically this summer I'm just going to be like watching like Emmy tapes and submissions.
right,
So
right.
I've been rewatching Veep.
Yeah.
Season 5, which was fantastic.
Yeah,
And I just
amazing.
kind of watched some of the episodes that they're nominated for in directing.
Yeah.
Kissing Your Sister, which was like the documentary episode.
Yeah.
Which was really great. And Mother, which should be Julia Louis-Dreyfus's episode submission when
Yeah.
her mother dies. Spoiler alert, but it was just a really great season, and it was their first season without Armando Iannucci, the creator.
And they kept up the quality. Like,
yeah,
I thought it was
I would even argue it was better.
better. Yeah.
So,
I mean, I was really nervous actually because you know.
yeah, you just never know.
Whenever the like creator, producer, writer like goes away,
Like
it's
West Wing.
right? Like West Wing, for example, always comes back to West Wing. So Veep is fantastic. You should watch it, and that's on. It's on HBO Go.
Yeah,
and
it's on HBO Go. So
I forgot to mention BoJack Horseman is on Netflix. Liam, what's your choice?
I'm going to be finishing the season 1 of Stranger Things this weekend.
Right, which we talked about on the show once before.
Yeah.
We both really liked it. I'm about halfway through.
Yeah, me too.
So basically, what can we tell people about Stranger Things that we haven't said already?
Well, Stranger Things, it's like a 80s nostalgia to like Spielberg,
Right.
80s blockbuster. So, and there hasn't been they don't really make movies like E.T. anymore,
Right.
So like this
it's very
kind
sort of
fills
emotional.
that.
It's kind of emotionally manipulative, but in the best possible way.
Yeah.
And,
So they're
We're so cynical now.
I know.
well, but there aren't. So if you want to see, there aren't movies like this. So if you want this
Right.
sort of vibe, you go to Stranger
And they
Things.
have Winona Ryder.
Yeah, and it's only 8 episodes.
It's only 8 episodes.
And it's just really interesting. The kids who are on the show are great actors. Actually, it's all great acting. Winona Ryder's fantastic. All right, so there you go. So we're going to look at some questions now. There's quite a few. Tanya asks, if you could bring back one classic Big Brother contestant, who would it be, Joyce?
Well, our colleague Courtney would say Dr. Will, but I would go with Johnny Mac,
Right, your
my
favorite.
all-time fave.
Who you met in person?
Yes,
Right.
multiple times.
Multiple.
He's no. Well, it
They're
was
dating,
at the
yeah.
finale and
Right,
the
right.
premiere party. But I was just saying earlier before, like in my time hop a year ago today, was the Wax Street Boys like episode of Big Brother because he, as part of like his punishment with Liz and Jason last year, they were a boy band called the Wax Street Boys.
Right, I'm going to go to my happy place because I have no idea what you're talking about.
But basically, every time like they like rang a bell, like they would have to perform a choreographed routine as the Wax Street Boys.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
so that's like all over my time up today.
All right.
You don't care at all.
I don't. Sorry. So let's see. Rachel asks, are there any chances of Glenn returning to Big Brother?
I would like to see him come back just because he kind of got a raw deal because he was eliminated, but not even evicted because they just dumped him after he came in last in a comp.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he was voted out. So it would be nice to see him how he would play
Yeah.
if given the chance. And he's 50, and there's not a lot of older contestants on
Right.
Big Brother.
They tend not to do so well.
Yeah.
Here's a question for Liam. Rob asks, who will die on The Walking Dead?
Why don't you say Glenn? Because it's probably going to be Glenn.
But so you tell people you've written a series of articles.
Yeah, last week I wrote
They're
a
just
series,
trolling
a
everyone.
which have
series of articles,
infuriated Walking Dead
a
fans.
series of articles trolling the Walking Dead fans, saying this is who's going to die. So I wrote about.
How many did you write? Was there 4?
3.
3, okay.
So, because there are really only 3 viable
Likely,
options
yeah.
for who's going to die.
Who is it?
And it's Maggie, Glenn, and Abraham.
Okay.
And Abraham is he is like sort of on the
But
fence.
isn't there something weird where like the actor who plays him like changed his hair?
Yeah,
He has that
on the
really
show.
distinctive orange hair.
Yeah, on the
right?
show he's a redhead, but he was seen
Blonde, right?
blonde, his natural hair color.
And he was in D3 to Mighty Ducks.
Shut up.
Michael
Jesus.
Cutlets.
Okay.
But so who do you think it's going to be? You think it's going to be Glenn?
Right now, I think it's going to be Glenn, but ask me next week, maybe I'll think it's Maggie. I don't know.
So,
I mean, the trailer, they're dropping the trailer at Comic-Con today, so maybe there will
In,
be
like, an
some...
hour and a
yeah,
half.
so maybe there'll be some
I
hints.
doubt they're going to give it away.
No, they're not going to give it away, but we're going to be watching
They'll
very
show
closely
like
for
all
hints.
is it 11 deaths that they shot? How many people is in the lineup?
Yeah, 11.
Yeah.
Peter on Facebook asked, do you think Daredevil Season 3 will be better than Season 2?
I hope so.
Yeah, right?
Maybe it was just a sophomore slump. So
Yeah. Tom says, why does Iron Fist look so terrible?
I
don't know that I could say, you could say
Yeah.
whether it looked terrible or
I mean,
not
it's just
based
a
on
shot of
that.
him like laying in snow
In, like,
and
a
then
bed and,
him with,
like,
a
yeah,
gross
breaking
beard.
out of
It was not a sexy beard.
There's not a lot going on either. Let's see.
It just needed a Wu-Tang Clan song. So.
It needed more Wu-Tang. Okay. Kim on Twitter asks, who is Jose playing volleyball with?
Exactly. We
got it.
don't know. We
Yeah.
need to do a deep dive into this.
Yes, please. Use all your time for that. All right. Let's see. We have one more. Okay. I think we got them all. Oh, wait. Here we go. Alex on Twitter asks, are we going to see any surprise superheroes showing up on the Defenders or any that you'd want to see? I don't know. I mean, we've already got 4, right? We've already got...
I mean, probably not because the Netflix Marvel shows have kept it very separate
Limited.
from
Yeah.
the
Right.
from the wider
Like the
Marvel
cinematic
contingent?
universe.
Connected
Yeah.
Marvel universe or whatever
Yeah.
they call it. Yeah. All right.
So like they'll mention the Hulk, but like
Yeah, they always mention like the events of like the Avengers and
Yeah.
Right,
like,
right, right.
Captain America.
To
and
keep it
stuff.
connected, but
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah. All
But
right.
we haven't seen them yet.
so it would be a big surprise if anyone shows up.
Right. But I also feel like it's not necessary for them to show up in this kind of stuff, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right. I think that's all we have time for today. That's it for TV Guide Live today. Thanks, Joyce and Liam, for being here. And thank you all for joining us. We'll be back Monday and every weekday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Send your questions to us at TV Guide on Twitter, #TVG Live, or on Facebook.com/TV Guide. Have a great weekend, everybody.